Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to Sunday morning's Messages of Love from Above. Hope everyone has had an amazing weekend. And we will get started here in just a quick moment. Just getting my desktop all set up here. And if you're new to my channel or to these readings, welcome, welcome. So happy to have you here. We've got a great group of souls of huge senses of humor and great hearts. So welcome, welcome, welcome. And just make sure everything is all running here. Hey, Angelique. All right. I think we are good. Perfect. It saved everything. That's always a good thing. All right. So happy equinox, everybody. Welcome to Libra season as well. So, all you Libra sun babies, happy birthday to you. If you want to check out more about the energies of the week, I do put out a Moon Day Monday video. This is the one from this last Monday that talks all about the moon energies of the week, any kind of planetary changes, and anything, and of course, like the equinox too. So if you want to check that out, that is available for you. And then on Tuesdays, I do put out a Take 10 with Zen. So it's Take 10 with Zen Tuesdays, where we have a video that's normally 10 minutes or less. I've gone over a couple in these last few. Uh, for this one with the singing bowl smorgasbord because I did play a lot of the singing bowls I have and introduced all my little singing bowl children. But those are all videos that talk about connecting to spirit in ourselves, our powerful selves, and where I answer questions from my subscribers. So be sure to check that out. And then also, we have What's Up Wednesdays, and that's where I put out a pick a card each week to ask spirit, what's up? What do you want us to know? This one was all about Libra season and the equinox too, and there's a pick a card for everyone. Plus, I'm kind of spicing my pick a cards up. And so when we go to a new zodiac sign with the sun, which happens every month, when that happens during that week, I will have the pick a card be where for the Libra sun babies or whoever the sun babies are, a 3-month reading that just gives you a forecast of the 3 months that are coming up. So if you are a Libra, happy birthday to you. Be sure to check that out. Also, we're getting close to the end of the month. Can you believe it? We're almost to the end of September. So we're getting close to having the end of the monthly drawing. And yeah, here's the link. I was like, I think I have the link here. Um, and so this is the link to the video that talks about how you can get in. There's 3 ways that you can get into winning. And so that video talks all about that. News, news, news. I know I got a lot of news. And then lastly, just let everyone know I do have 50% off most of my services that I offer, which are the personal pre-recorded readings, my hedges of peace and love, and also my astro readings, the wish upon a star. So if you want to find out what any of those are and what the prices are, all of this information is in the description box of the video down below. And if you are a member of my channel at the praying mantis level, which is $7.99 a month, not only do you get advanced access to all of these videos, I record them a week in advance. Also, after these sessions, all the free sessions, which I'm on Friday, Saturday, Sunday morning, Friday, Saturday night, I also have a praying mantis session strictly for my praying mantis members where we pull cards and whatever else that they would like to do. Also on Thursday nights, we have a Q&A for 2 hours from 6 to 8 Mountain Time. PM in the evening, not in the morning. Oh my gosh, I would not be awake. um, where we do pull readings, we ask questions about spirit and answer questions about my own life and past life readings, oracle readings, all sorts of fun stuff. So if you're interested in any of those things, that's also listed down below in the chat. So I think that's everything that we've got going on there. And if you are wanting to find out how to make a donation or how the free readings work. All that information is in the description box as well. And basically, I honor energy exchange of any donations, and I do prioritize those readings, step out and complete those, and then I go back in order and then move down the chat. So that's the quick, fast, skinny on that. All right. So I think we are good there. We're good there, and we are set. All right. Okay. I'm sorry. I just had a donation come in here. So we will jump to that. So Angelique, thank you so much for your donation. So you will be up first, and then we'll get into the free readings, unless there's any other donations. So let me scooch this coffee. Actually, let me move my coffee over here. I almost had a a little card do a dunk dive into my cup yesterday. So we'll put it over here out of the way. So Angelique, and I have the Runic Tarot and the Tarot of Dragons. Very much ancient type of energy, even with all the oracle. It's dragons and fairies and that kind of old ancient feel to them today. So let's take a look here. So you are pursued by a Leo. A lion is stalking you, huh? Uh-oh. And okay. And you're interested in a Cancer who sends mixed signals and lives at a distance. And you're a Virgo. I love it. So any hints for the next month? So any guidance, right? All right. Let's take a look here and see what they have here. Any guidance? Okay. I feel like the first card is about the Leo, the second is about the Cancer sign, and then you got two cards and one card. And those will be about the other things. So we'll take a look here. So we have the 10 of Cups and the Leo energy coming in here. So this Leo does have offer a lot of emotional fulfillment for you here. So that is a very positive energy from them. And I don't know, I kind of feel like you're like, well, they're pursuing me. Um and it feels like, and we'll see what these other cards say here too, but it just feels like it's like, well, you you kind of feel tentative towards them where it's like, well, I don't know. I mean, they're pursuing me, but I don't know. There's something about them. And this Leo energy, of course, is very outgoing, very bright, very, it's like the sun, right? And you're like, are you a little too bright? Are you? I feel like they get a lot of attention and a lot. I mean, they probably are very attractive. And you're like, is this too good to be true? You get a little too much attention. I don't know about it. It's like you have this, I'm not quite sure about them, right? And then the Cancer sign, well, that makes sense here. With the 6 of Swords being at a distance, it's like it's maybe it's even over water with the 6 of Swords. But there is this movement leaving behind old ways of thinking, moving to new ways of thinking. So I like this here. And I feel like what's drawn you to the Cancer sign, of course, across water, they are water signs, but I feel like they also interest you intellectually. I almost feel like the Leo was all about the emotion, and you're like, well, okay, but what about my mind? You know, are you more than just? And no offense to jocks out there, I'm just saying sometimes people come across as all about the body and all about the outside world, and because that's what got them attention earlier in life, maybe even in school and everything like that, and so they have this mindset they've been taught, maybe even from parents and stuff, that hey, this is what's important, so I got to put all this out here, and they don't share that they have a brilliant mind or whatever. But I feel like the Cancer sign does also stimulate you intellectually. So I see those energies and I see what's going on here, but let's take a look and see what else. All right. All right. Yep. So we've got the 6 of wands here and the 4 of pentacles. And The 6 of Wands, of course, is about being seen, it's victory, it's being set up and set forward here. And the Four of Pentacles is a solid foundation in the outside world, but it also represents home. And I see here that, this person that's at a distance is, I don't know, it's all this is about the Leo energy because they're the one that is at your home, right? That is in your city, near your home. And they give you this feeling of being seen, and I feel like they will, um, kind of take you on this I don't wanna say take you on this journey of allowing yourself to be seen, and they kinda have this change here where they give you more attention, than about them being attention on themselves, right? I feel like as you get to know them, you really start to understand their energy a bit more. And these cards are so amazing because you got a 10, you got the Leo energy, the 10 and the 6. And then you got the 4 in the middle, and then you got the 6 over here, and then you have another 10. So it's 10, 6, 4, 6, 10. And there's all these mirrors. It is this mirror effect. I mean, if I actually put them like out like that, it's 10, 6, 4, 6, 10. And on either side, you've got, this energy. You got the 10 of wands, which is, sorry about the glares there. The 10 of wands is also saying that being aware of where you're investing all of your energy and where you want to invest your energy. And it's okay to um, make a decision instead of having energy spread everywhere, to make a decision, because the 10 of cups is about abundance, the 10 of wands is about harvest, but also an ending and a beginning of where you're extending your passions. And I do feel here that in October, with these tens on the outsides, that it almost seems like it started in April, June, October. It just like kind of like opened up here. That I feel like the um the 10 of wands, I feel like what will happen here. I know I feel like I'm beating around the bush, huh? It feels like they're just like, well, that um how is it said? Out of sight, out of mind, but someone's paying you attention in person, in person, in person. I don't feel like the Cancer sign's gonna keep up because they live at a distance. And in October, with all these tens, which is what you want to know about for next month, I feel like someone pulls ahead in the race. Like if they're, you know, in, nose to nose in the race, someone pulls away and stands out. And I feel like it's going to be the Leo because they're are present and they're there. But if um, if it'll be made very obvious in the month of October. They actually pull away and not pull away from you, but they do, you know they stand out and they show you who they are, and you're like, okay, it's very obvious what I need to do, and you do readjust your energy to focus on the one individual. So that is what I have coming in here for you, Angelique. Sorry we took so long to get there, but it just felt like there's this, nose to nose to nose to nose, and it's like, all right, I don't know what, and it's like, but it's going to be by the end of October, it's going to be very obvious, and so you'll be like, okay, so that's what's coming in. So I like it for you. So many blessings to you. Appreciate you, and of course, thank you for your donation. All right. And I did just have another donation pop in here. Oh, thank you so much, Bree. I appreciate that. Coco. I love that. I love your screen name too, on your Cash App. That's great. All right. So thank you, Bree, for your donation. And let's take a look. So you're a Leo. And there's Scorpio. What's the outcome of your connection? All right, let's take a look here. That sounds like a lot of trouble. I'm just kidding. Let's take a look here. Because we're so much more than just our sun signs, right? But let's take a look here. Right. Let's see here. What else? What else do you want us to know here about the outcome? All right. And this one. All right. Anything else? Oh, okay. So let's take a look. So first of all, we've got this beautiful balancing of heart and mind that's coming in here, and I do feel like you both have this wonderful um balancing effect in ways. I feel like it's, one of you pulls it one way and the other one pulls the other way. And there's this in paradise, right? It's this wonderful, it just feels very, even though it feels so, and it's like a seesaw. It goes up and down as someone steps up, someone steps up. It's like, but it's what a seesaw does, and it's not like a rocky, "Wah," like on a ship in a storm. It's a very playful seesaw is what I'm seeing. So that's funny. I do see here, there is some 9 of wands is like a little barrier that, is kinda keeping things at a certain place, um, as the 7 of cups kinda gets worked out here. The 7 of cups is not I don't, sometimes it can be emotional confusion, but in this case, it is emotional, um, experience. There's so many emotions that are being, um, like I said, experienced and explored, and that's very interesting with all of this here, but I still feel like it only allows to a certain point, and I feel like you both kind of feel like there's this, um invisible barrier that's keeping you from going to a certain place for now. But I like this, that we have this, 4 of swords, because there is peace of mind. And I feel like you both are okay with how things are unfolding. And you're just like, okay, I'm just, curious what's going to be happening next here. Sorry for the glare here. So I like this here because usually this person is they're um sleeping on like an ace of swords, and there's 3 8, which is the release of expectations. There's this working out of thought and belief and mindset and things moving forward, and you do have the ace of swords, which is that you guys are slowly seeing things from a different perspective, and it's, um I would say it's not normal, for both of you, kind of going, you know what, things are kind of just unfolding, and we're going to see how things happen. But I feel like it's a different experience for both of you because it's adjusting. The nine of cups, like you said, it's paradise, is this, feeling of emotional wish come true, this filling up and overflowing of emotion. And I feel like that's what's kind of altering both of your thinking, because I almost feel like for both of you, it's like, this is not who I'd normally fall for. It's not normally what I would do. It's not normally the way I would go around things. And I just feel like it's like a new adventure for both of you, especially with that 7 of cups. It's just like, what's happening here? Um, and I feel like that's the barrier that you guys are busting through, because it's almost like drawn in the sand. It's like, well, this is what we're supposed to do, and you guys are falling outside of the line in the sand, and it's testing these boundaries, and you're like, these boundaries aren't real. They're just circles in the sand, and that's, I feel like you guys are stepping out. You step 1 foot out here, you step out 1 foot out here, you step 1 foot out here, and you're exploring new ways of thinking, new ways of being, new ways of loving and feeling, and I like that because you do have the Chariot, which is all about choice and movement and victory, but it's this power of choice, and both of you are choosing to, the story that you're realizing I'm the one that gets to choose the story. I'm the one that gets to choose the emotion. I'm the one that gets to choose the energy and my physical actions. And it's like, huh. And I feel like it's at the same time, it's like empowering. And it's like, we're going to take 2 steps outside the line. Huh. I'm going to take 3. And it's like this courage and this bravery is more and more, and you're becoming more comfortable about, you know, painting outside of, the lines, coloring outside the lines, and you're like, we're gonna make it whatever we want, yeah, this is a person, but we're gonna make it into a ladybug. I don't care, I'm gonna do it this way, right? And I like it because you have the 4 of Wands, which is equal passion, joy, celebration, and so it really feels very, I mean, forward movement and choices, choices, choices. Outcome too, based on a lot of choices that you make in each moment. I mean, this can be the marriage card eventually, but it definitely is this, wow, powerful, passionate, equal, 2 wands on each side, this equal passion and this draw and joy and celebration. Feels very wonderful here. And the Chariot is, realizing that no one, even them, they can't choose the story you put to it, the emotions you choose, the energy, the physical actions that you choose. You are the one that's in power of that. The outside doesn't have to determine it. We're taught a lot of opinion of supposed to. Well, when this happens, this is what it's supposed to mean, how I'm supposed to feel, what I'm supposed to do, blah, blah, blah. But that's the circle in the sand that you're going, you know what? We're redrawing our circle. We're going to make it a 4-leaf clover. We're going to do what we want to do. And I love this. Keep that freedom, keep that testing those boundaries, because that 9 of Wands is, it represents, stepping into your guys' power. The things that have held you back in the past, it's like you're taking one away and one away and one away, and then like a Jenga or whatever, it collapses, and then there's this freedom to move forward. And I feel like you guys are dismantling the old norms, and you're like, what is this beautiful freedom of adventure instead of a lot of expectations? Because expectations are what suck the life out of any relationship, right? Out of anything. It's like when I was, as a teenager, walking to the kitchen to do the dishes on my own without being asked. I know. And lo and behold, I was a couple feet away. And then from the living room, my mom said, "Don't forget to do the dishes," and I'm like, "Ah," it just tore the, because, it's expected, but I was doing it on my own without being asked, and so it was gonna be joyful above and beyond. I'm like, "Look what I did," without being asked, and then as soon as they asked it, I just had to do things to get up to ground zero. So celebrating who someone is and being grateful for what is, and trying to stay away from like, well, how does this fit in, and the rules, right? It's like, no, I'm gonna focus on gratitude for what is happening that I love, like a little kid going into a donut shop, and the little glass case pointing, pointing, pointing at what I love, so I get dozens of that instead of pointing at what I feel is missing or don't like. Then um yeah. So, that's what, when we point at, what we don't want, we get dozen of that. We're like, why am I getting dozen of this? They're like, what's what you're pointing at? So point at what we love and what we want more of, not, and have gratitude for what is, instead of focusing on what's missing. Because if I focus on what's missing, I'm telling the universe I want more things to miss, and I want to miss that more. So it pushes it away instead of draws us to it. So we start focusing on gratitude, right? Yeah. So we can change that, right? We just like, you know what? Psh. Yeah. So it's like, I'm going to focus on gratitude. And can you imagine what a relationship with anyone? whether it's romantic, friends, family, work, whatever, if I'm like, only focus on what I enjoy and like about you, wow, right? Actually, when I was a manager, I read a study where they took some elementary school kids and one large group of like 100 students, they only focused on what they did wrong and their scores dropped. And then on another group of similar children, 100 of them, they only focused on um, praising them for what they did right, and their scores improved. Not only did they do a lot more on what they were doing right, they improved in a lot of areas of their life and did that. And I was just like, wow, that makes so much sense, especially nowadays. Then when I was reading it, I was like, how is that? We're used to praise and punishment. But what's amazing is that, they've got um, this wonderful ability to just grow, 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 and not feel like we're less. We have a lot of roles of less, 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 not feeling good enough. We already have enough of that in the world. More of what we love, sincerely love about people. It's just, we all would love to hear that, right? So that's what they have for you, Bree. So many, many blessings to you. Appreciate that. And I just need to double check something real quick here. I just need to, there's a package upstairs. I just want to make sure that we're able to grab it so I don't have to go grab it out there real quick. Delivered on a Sunday. All right. So I love that for you, Bree. I feel like that I feel like you can, if you feel the passion has that it can be reenacted very easily by letting go, try not to put the hearts in a cage and then just returning back to, you know what? I want to let go of this stuff and I want to focus in on what I love about you. And I like this about you, and then you can see that. So I like it. Absolutely. And thank you so much for your donation. I'm glad it was helpful. All right. Okay. All right. So, up next here, let's see, we've got those two. So Courtney will be up next. And then I did have an additional donation come through for SB. I do apologize. I'm going to run away for just a moment. I have a package that was delivered upstairs and no one's home. And we just don't want to leave that outside right now. So I normally don't do this. Biggest apologies. I will be right back. All right. So thank you guys for that. All right. So I'll catch my breath here. Ran up and downstairs and I am out of shape, evidently. Woo. All right. So, Courtney, you are up next. So, thank you so much for your donation. And how does Dee feel about her mom and your relationship? Oh, okay. Oh, all right. Let's take a look here and see what's going on in the mind of Dee here. Anything else? Okay. All right. Okay. Doesn't look too terrible. You're like, woo. Because we got the Page of Pentacles. They see this new opportunity, Three of Wands of this different direction, and the Ace of Cups. So this really feels like um, they're they are happy for this new opportunity, and that I almost feel like whoever their mom was in a relationship with before, I don't think Dee liked very much at all. And so they're like they're happy that she's taken a different route and that she's found, so she's happy for her mom, but she's also happy for herself. She just feels like it's a much better relationship for her mom. So I like that because it's like, you know, she's very much to herself, it feels like here with the Hermit anyway. She's like on her own inner internal journey, Diaz, and going through, their own life, trying to figure out what they want in life and how they're perceiving things. And because with that Hermit card, they also have the Queen of Pentacles, which is this energy of, you know, um, um, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, new birth, new discovery, and so she's very much here. Um, Focused on with this Hermit and the Queen of Pentacles on her growth, or their growth, whoever D is. And so there's this energy that's going on in here, with this. So I like that. And she has the Ace of Swords. Again, trying to see things from a higher perspective, cutting away their fears, their knowledge. And so there's this new, unfolding of things going on in their life. So I feel like they're really focused in on themselves, going through this transformation, looking at their own life and things like that, this inner journey and inner search. And then um they're seeing their mom and they're like, I'm happy. I'm so good glad, because I feel like they worry less about her because of your relationship with her mom. So I like this. I feel like again, they were just really didn't like her previous relationship, and not to downplay who you are and the importance you are to her mom, but the bar was low. And you've like, you're way up here anyway, and so the norm would be here, but so they still would think you're good, but the other person was like, the bar was like, wow, that they're just like, you know what, I'm happy, for my mom, because I feel like they see how uh, her change, like she's seen the change in her mom's countenance. That's interesting word, but in her, she's just like, wow. She's used to seeing her so tired and down and run down, but she has this brightness and this glow, because of the relationship with you. So I like that. I feel like it's a very positive thing here. So that's what's coming in for you, Courtney. I'm very glad for that. So many blessings to you. And let's see here. Let me just see here. So, SB, you were actually next. So, thank you so much for your donation. And then Nikitha and Johanna and Nanya, you guys will be up next. Thank you so much for your donations. I really appreciate that, you guys. So, SB, Will you like working at the SJBH as a nurse more than your current job? You really dislike your current job and you want a set schedule. Oh, I can imagine. All right, let's take a look here and see what spirit wants you to know. Are you going to be enjoying working at the SJ? All right. Okay. I like our talkie. Let's take a look here. So you got one, two, three, and then two and two. So 322 in a way as well. Let's take a look here. All right. And then what are these? All right. All right. So I do like it turns out really good. So don't let these cards take you in any direction right off the bat here because you've got the 9 of swords. And the 9 of swords represents like our fears, our nightmares, our insomnia, right? And the 6 of cups is an interesting card which I'll talk about in a sec. But the Queen of Swords is perfect with this combination because this is you, the Queen of Swords, Queen of Air, but they're given a second portion of cups, which is this balancing that comes in here between heart and mind. But with this ace of swords, you're able to see things from a higher perspective and cut away your fears. I like this. I feel like this 9 is the hermit's journey about your fears. You do get the 9 of pentacles here in a moment, which is a sense of independence and solidity, which I feel is what you're wanting and what you get from this job. And so I like this coming in here. And so sorry for the glare. I'm trying to get it here where they're very reflective and glossy. But this 6 of cups I really like because this represents past life connection. And I feel like when you go to this new place that you meet at least 2 people that you just hit it off with, like, you feel you've known them. I don't feel like you've known them in this lifetime. Could be, but you definitely it goes beyond that. It's like past lifetime interactions, and the reason I say 2 is because you get the 3 of cups, which is joy and celebration, but it's also like you find a little mini tribe and there's these 2 individuals that make it's like you 3 peas in a pod where you all feel like, "I feel like I know you, like I've known you before," and then things just click between the 3 of you, where I feel like you haven't really, found I feel like where you've worked before has been really clicky, where everyone has their own little and you just haven't been invited into these you haven't found your tribe. And a lot of that's been because that's not where you're supposed to be, and you're not supposed to get connections emotionally with a lot of these people that were there because you were leaving. And spirit knew that. Your soul knew that, and so that's why that was designed specifically not to happen, but where you go here, you do. And I love this because it is an amazing thing. Again, you have the Hierophant here, which is about you really discovering, this is, I guess it's not as bright as it looks here, but you've got this beautiful energy, this knowledge, this awareness of your capital T truth. It's like, I feel like at this place that you go to, you do feel like, wow, I found out who I am and where I wanna be. It's like, okay, I'm finding myself. I'm getting confirmation of this is who I am. This is really what I want to do. And it's really reinforced. And that's where this 9 of Pentacles comes in, this feeling of independence, like you don't need anything outside of yourself. But and I feel like this group also helps you with that. I feel like each of you feel that way. You just help support one another and you help bring out each other's strengths. It's like you almost have like a little cheerleader squad, with the 3 of you. You cheer each other on and you really point each other's positive things out. And it just helps all 3 of you grow and really connect to, you know, connect to and feel the courage to step forward in doing what you're wanting to do, right? Wow, okay, very good. You're so miserable. Yeah. Yeah, and not even just a little bit happier. Good, because you got the 3 of Cups. Here you are, joy, celebration, and this is the group of the individuals that are coming in too. So I really like that, because there is this, you know, wow, and it's what's great is that, it's gonna be a great place, but because of your experience, it's like when you date a bunch of, individuals that do not treat you the way you wanna be treated, and then you meet someone who did. um, Normally it would be like, okay, meets meets, but because if you have a lot of lower vibrational experiences, when you get just a normal vibrational experience, it's like they feel like they're like, boom, knocking it out of the ballpark. So I love this for you because the King of Cups also represents this balancing of the heart and mind, and you really feel just wonderful with this. They offer the Ace of Cups. You feel this emotional uh, solidity where you don't wake up in the morning going, ugh. You wake up going, all right, I get to go see my friends today and we get to go interact. And I love the environment that's created because of the relationship that you guys all have. And, just your customers, your patients, whoever, the people you interact with, they're just like, "Oh my gosh, you guys, what a fun place." It's like because all 3 of you just really a lot of same sense of humor and laughter and joy. You guys just have this fun thing, and people are just like, "Oh my gosh." It's a really fun thing. So I really like that. So many, many blessings. I'm excited for this to come in here, so I love it. All right. Let me just make sure here. All right. And I'm just making sure everything is good. All right. I know. I'm excited for you, SB. So enjoy that adventure for sure. All right. And that is what they have. So thank you again so much for your donation. And I'm excited for your next adventure. All right. And Nikitha, you are up next. So thank you so much for your double donation. I appreciate that very much. And let's take a look here. Big B, boom. And let's see here. Oh, there we go. So here is your question down here. So you're in a relationship with this new guy. Okay. And you want to know if you should continue this relationship and if there's a future for us. Of course, with um, very cool. Um, oh, thank you, SB. I was like, am I seeing double? So thank you. Yeah. So you can ask your question whenever you'd like. Absolutely. Um, There is no should, there, Nikitha, spirits like there's no right or wrong. There's no, really there's no good and bad and right or wrong in the spirit side. There's just experiences and outcomes. So we'll find out here if you continue the relationship, where's the future for you? And is there uh, a different possibility or option that's even more suited for what your heart wants, right? So that's kind of how we'll just put the information there. Oh, I know, right? Well, let's take a look here, see what does spirit want you to know here. So what do you want us to know about N? Is that nit nit nitish? I'm probably totally murdering their name, so I'm just going to call them N. All right. All right. Thank you. What else? And those. All right. Neat iksh iksh. Neat iksh. Thank you. Oh, okay. All right. All right. Well, let's see. Look here. Okay. 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 So you've got some powerful cards here. You got the chariot, which is forward movement and victory, and the power of choice coming in here. And that is an important piece of your journey with them because there's like so many different outcomes based on choices right now that they're showing you here that there's possibilities, huge possibilities for like this dream come true type of energy, but it comes to the realization that the outside world doesn't determine what something means, how you're supposed, how you feel about it, what actions you take and what energy you put forward. That's all in your hands. You're the one that gets to choose, like here with this the chariot here. The 5 of swords represents the battling between the heart and the mind. And thus is our whole journey in this lifetime, right? I mean, for so many of us, it's like, our we have the a lot of these opinions that we're given of what is a relationship supposed to be like, need to be like, have to be like, blah 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 blah, right? And so we have all of this, you know, um, supposed tos that can really suck the life out of anything, whether it's work or relationships, whatever it may be. Career, you can start off doing something you love, and then it can get, if you have these expectations of, well, this is what it's supposed to be, and then all the disappointment just sucks the joy out of things, right? And this is where the chariot card comes in, is that it helps us realize I don't have to go off of this brain of all this um, advice I've been given all my life that I took on as my own opinion, not knowing as a child, like all of us, okay, that's going to be my opinion too. But there's this clearing. And that's like, you don't want your relationship to end like your ex did. And that's because when we have certain thoughts and beliefs, we don't have a choice to act differently than what we're thinking till we change our thinking. And you are changing. You're not the person you were with them, but you're also making different choices now. And this is part of what's changing here is you're getting out of your mind and allowing your heart to have a say so, like a seat at the table, instead of letting your mind rule over your heart and keep it caged where it can't express itself and can't make choices. This is you making choices because you one of the choices you make here is the star card. This is one you got both wish fulfillment cards. The star card is like the major arcana, dreams come true, wishing upon a star. But this is part of the clarity that comes in here is you get to choose what this wish is, right? It's like if you walking along a beach and you find a little genie lamp. It's not a big one with 3 wishes. It's a mini genie lamp where you get one wish, and you're like, okay, and you're like, okay, I have a wish to come true in my life. What do I want it to be? And everyone's blah blah blah. You should want this. You should, and you're just like, oh my gosh, so many shoulds, and you're like, okay, everyone. And this is the emperor energy, which you also got, which is you get a lot of advice from people blabbing in your ear, and you're like, all right, everyone, clear the throne room. I'm now going to make the decision because it's my life. It's like ordering off of a menu, and you go to a restaurant and everyone's telling you what you should order, and you're like, well, that's a lot of good options, thank you, everyone, but I'm hungry for this, and I'm going to order what I want to eat because I'm the one that's going to eat it. Everyone has their advice of what I should eat, but I have to consume it, so I'm going to choose for me. And I feel like that's what's happening here is you're changing your approach to everything. You're stepping into this powerful place because you have this, both of these are major arcana. The emperor, like I said, they decide what it is I want. And I feel like the tower here isn't that there's this like, it's not, the tower always says things are removed out of our life on purpose for a purpose. And sometimes if we don't throw things out of our life at a certain point, we've told spirit, if I don't remove this by this date, can you remove it for me? No matter how much I scream and kick and don't want it to happen as my human, this is what I want. But I feel like in this case, this isn't spirit, it's you that's standing up here. This fire energy, Aries energy, you're standing up and going, I'm burning away things that no longer serve me regarding my dreams come true because I am choosing what I'm going to do this. And again, this is right along lines in here with the 10 of wands and the 9 of cups. Here's the other wish fulfillment card. This is I fill up inside and overflow out to the world. I feel so full. And the 10 of wands is the endings and beginnings of where we're investing our energy and what we're trying to make come true. So I really love this. This is you stepping into power here, and things, you're not the same. First of all, you're not even close to who you were with your ex. You've just had such a journey of self reflection already that you're not who you were before, but you are like on a roll here with this chariot card. It's like, yeah, yeah, you ever see like those um old Roman movies where they're having chariot races. I mean, you're not just dun 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 dun. You're like full boat luck. I'm going to win. So it does feel very much going forward here, very positive. But it's you have the power to choose what is my dream? And I get to choose what their actions mean. I get to choose what emotions I want to feel by what's going on in my world. I get to choose what I'm focusing on and drawing to me. If I focus on what I'm grateful for and what I do want, I draw that to me. If I focus on what I feel I'm missing or I hate or I fear will come in or leave my life, I am investing energy to make that happen. So being aware of the choices of my mind, my emotions, my energy, and my physical actions, I control all that. And I like this because I feel like you felt out of control before with your ex, but here you are stepping into your divine masculine energy of I get to choose. We all have divine masculine and feminine. So I like this. I like it for you. It's very powerful. So oh good. I'm glad that helps out there. And you made two donations. Did you have two questions or were you just double donating for the one? Okay, thank you. Right, you knew you were typing. All right, so I love that for you. Wow. And then let's take a look here and career reading for the next 4 to 5 months. You're giving this exam in November and the result is going to come in December. All right, so let's take a look here. What does Spirit wants you to know here about career? All right. Big bro. I love it. Perfect. I like that. I am 6'4". I'm most of all yours big brother, right? Not that I don't look down on any though of you though. Not in a spiritual sense. Only physically. All right. So over the next 4 to 5 months here. All right. Well, here you go. Right. And then the results. Okay. I like this. So um so the emperor, is Aries energy, and the king of wands is so much reminds me of the emperor because that is them standing in their power and moving forward. So again here, the same type of energy that you're having towards relationship I feel is just flowing out into your life because you are choosing what you're focusing on with that mighty magician's wand there, that whatever you focus on is what grows and expands. And so these next 4 to 5 months, you can apply that same that I choose the story, I choose my emotion, I choose my energy, I choose my actions. I'm not at the whim of the outside world. The world is gonna happen, it is what it is, but I get to define all of this stuff about it, and everyone has a different perception of it, but I get to control mine, and when the energy I invest is where I head off and what I invite in. So the more we focus on what I'm grateful for, unconditional love, enjoying peace and love, and all that gratitude, it brings in positive things. Because I see here with the Seven of Swords, you're realizing what of your own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that you had, from the past. You realizing what has deceived you, what has cheated you out of opportunities before. And I feel like you're realizing, oh, you know what? There's some emotions that are going on below here of my worth, of what I feel I'm worthy of because of people's words and non-words and actions and non-actions when you were younger. This goes back to your emotional body, which is created from 7 years old and younger, right? But you do, and because this is the Six of Pentacles, which one tells you that you do end up over the next um you said 4 to 5, yeah, over the next 4 to 5 months, of achieving and getting in this place where you do have this feeling of worth that comes in, balancing out. But the Six of Pentacles coming up here is exactly what I was talking about here, too. If you haven't checked out my Take 10 with Zen series, it's a weekly video I put out. The link is in the description box of the video. But if you look at episodes 4 and 5, which is 4 to 5 months, they both talk about the energy, but it also specifically talks about the Six of Pentacles, which goes back to helping us transform some our old emotions. Because when we're younger, our little human child self is looking to these important people in our life. Usually it's parents, but it can be grandparents, aunts, uncles, siblings, teachers, coaches, whoever, 7 years old and younger, going, "You're important to me. I want your love." And we give 1,000 love coins to them so we can get love back, and we get one love coin back. And we're like, well, we don't know any better as children. We think, that seems fair, you know? So that sinks down into our subconscious, which then runs on autopilot until we bring it into our consciousness. And that's what those videos help us do, is balance things out. Because you do definitely have, with the moon, there's some emotions that are going below the surface there. And the Eight of Cups does show us here that you're able to leave behind these emotions that no longer serve you, and it moves you forward towards wish fulfillment. So you do have this power in your hands to move forward in your career, and you have this power to move forward in your relationships. And I feel like with I mean, you got the Emperor and the King of Wands. I mean, this is you stepping into your authority over your life. And it's like this transformation where you don't feel like life is happening to you. And we have our victim mode, which is what we're taught to do in our as our humans. And we come here specifically to experience what might it feel like to be a damsel in distress with us tied to the railroad track with the train coming. It's the drama, it's the melodrama. Looking, here's the villain that ties us to this track. Oh my gosh, who's gonna save me? Who's gonna save me? And then the hero comes and woohoo! That's the whole melodrama of life, is villain, victim, hero. But what I love about the story is hero doesn't show up, and we're tied to this railroad track, and we're like, where's this, freaking hero at? And we're waiting. The train's getting closer and closer. And finally, we just get tired of waiting for this hero. And we realize we're our own hero. We just rip off the rope, and we stand up and walk away from the the you know situation, walk away from these feelings. So I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So that is what they have for you, Nikitha. Very powerful. I'm loving this for you. So that is what they have. So many blessings to you. Thank you again for your double decker donation there. And you are very welcome. I'm excited. I hope you'll keep us informed, of course, as this wonderful, empowering time does move forward for you. So I like it. So many blessings. All right. And let me just take a look here. And let me just look at timing here. Okay, that was 11:34. All right, so we have a couple more here. All right, so Johanna, hello, Johanna. Thank you so much for your donation. And hey, can you get a general reading? What does Spirit would like you to know? Absolutely. Let's take a look here and see. And then Nanya, you'll be up. And then I'll see who is after that. I think um, SB, you can put your second question if you haven't yet, because you'll be up after that. And then there's some others. I did get your donation, Dune, so I know you're here coming up here in a moment. All right, so let's take a look here, Johanna. Let's focus. What does Spirit want you to know right now? All right. Boom, boom, boom. So got these two. All right. All right. Wow, I like this. Some powerful energies coming in here for you. So you've got the 9 of Wands, which is this normally it's like this barrier here, but this Ace of Cups is telling me that you've really been in this beautiful inner journey. And when you're asking messages from Spirit, what they want you to know, the time that you've been spending alone on your kind of hermit's journey, really looking into your energies, looking into, feel like even wanting to expand your gifts, wanting to expand your power, your energy. And I don't know if you've been looking into energy work. I almost feel like there's a little bit of that coming here. But this Ace of Cups is the more that you're filling up with that inner love, connecting to the higher realms, allowing them to fill you up and overflow, putting yourself first. I know, right? Ooh, putting myself first. No way. But yeah, taking your time for you to develop your self love, connecting to that higher love is allowing you to fill up and overflow out to the world. So I like that. Um, because that brings into what's coming here. I like. So you've had the 7 of Pentacles, which shows me here, usually it's the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit, but in this case, this is the harvest time that's coming here. Because one of the things is that you reach a certain point, and I feel like what you've been working on gift-wise and spiritually and emotionally and internally, really, it feels like it's like, how long is this gonna take? But I feel like you eventually, like us all, once it feels like it's taking forever, you surrender to the journey. It's like instead of being in the back seat going, "Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet?" You just get tired of asking, going, "You know what? We're gonna get there when we're gonna get there. I'm just gonna sit back and read a book or take a nap or both or whatever," and you're just started enjoying the process. And I like that because it brought you to this place with this world card, which is the last card in the major arcana, which is the letting go of old cycles and old ways and the movement into the Fool's card, restarting at the 0, which is this new adventure that's free and open and wide. And I like it because I feel like the patience that you learned, I know, right? Woo! You're like, actually, I have. It's you're willing to go with and go with the flow and not have a lot of restrictions and expectations sucking the life out of your journey. And you just feel this empowerment that's coming in here because you do have the 7 of Wands, which is standing for yourself. But I love this particular one because it is you're drawing in your power And I feel like this is where I feel like this energy work or this stepping into your gifts, you've gained this confidence and this power to step forward and go, I'm going to share this. And, whether it's, it is doing like tarot or energy work or whatever, you've been doing it like for yourself and maybe for a friend here and there. Like, we try it. I feel like you're just ready to come out in a way. I am an energy worker, for example, and I want to help my friends, and I'm telling my family, and in situations instead of like at a family event where someone's hurting and you're like, okay, I'm gonna silently send them some, energy. You're like, I'm gonna go over and go, would you like me to help you with that? I'm just gonna put my hand on you. And they're like, oh, your hand's hot. It just feels like this progression, this coming forward here. And I really like this for you. Um, because you have the moon card coming in here too, which the moon is Mother Nature, or not Mother Nature, but more Mother Luna, who helps and nurtures other people. And you've got it's very strongly this energy of connecting to the spirit world and allowing what's bubbling below the surface, this energy to come forward too. So I really like this. I feel like if you've been I don't feel like you've been denying your abilities and denying your gifts, but I just feel like, yeah, yeah, that you're ready to expand and you're ready to share this beautiful energy, this however you're gonna channel the love energy, whether it's mediumship or tarot or energy work or whatever, there's this, beautiful energy to come forward here. So, definitely, yeah, blue light, I love it, and, showering yourself with it and randomly doing hand, yeah, because, these are I feel like those are from past lives. The moon energy also is about our subconscious, where all our past lives are. And there's this huge connection to past lives that's coming up. We've had this huge energy shift on the planet where we're accessing more of our subconscious than we ever have in lifetime of this human iteration of this humanity. And it's like, wow. And so people are starting to remember things and starting to have going, I don't think I've ever studied this, but I know it. And this is what I feel is coming in for you too. So I like this for you, Johanna. You know, uh, share it, share it. The world is excited for that. So that is what's coming in. So many blessings to you. Excitement, excitement. And thank you again so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right. And then Nanya Business is up. Hello, hello. Thank you for your donation. You want to know, why is Katie ignoring you? Are they still friends with you? Okay, let's take a look here and see what's going on in Katie's life here. Is she just ignoring you, or is she ignoring the world? We'll take a look here. See if she's gone reclusive and she's taking shelter from something. I kind of feel like that's the case, but let's take a look. Okay. You know, so she's had this change that's happened in her life here. And let me try to do this here. There we go. So we've got the Wheel of Fortune is showing me here. You know, there's been this big change in her life, and the Two of Wands has to do with where she's investing her energy. The Three of Cups, I feel like there's been a third party situation that really kind of just threw her off her track, and she's trying to get back on track here. So I do feel that, if she had a a love interest that they found out that they were not the only love interest for them. um, and so I feel like there's this um transformation that she's going through, that she's this ending and this beginning. She's trying to step through, trying to get through with it. And I don't feel like she's someone who is like, this doesn't ask for help, doesn't want support. I feel like that they have this codependency where they need to be needed, and so if they need other people, it scares the crap out of them. Where I can't, I can't feel that because if I do, um, you know, it means I'm a failure. It means that I'm not worthy. I'm not needed. I'm worthless. This is what she's was taught in her life, right? So I like that she's on her, she's uh, really looking into these things, but I feel like, she's got the new love. I feel like I almost feel like she it's like, all right, the puppy died. Well, I'm gonna get a new puppy. I feel like that how they work through things is try to distract or replace it so I don't focus on the loss, I focus on the new. Which, she's going to go through here. It's going to keep happening, and I feel like this has been a cycle of their life. Not doing the work and not getting their sense of self-worth changing. I feel like they've been avoiding it. I'll take a look here, but I feel like they're not like, they don't do the work in this yet. I mean, they're going to have these situations that pop up that, um, that keep testing her self-worth until it's like, all right, I can't stand anymore. I need to look at this because it's demanding her attention. But like she avoids it. She'll do stuff to try to avoid those things there. So that's what I feel is like they're just, with all this situation, they're just pulled back and they're focusing on trying to change things and trying to change the scenery. And I feel like they've kind of like blocked everyone else out and are focusing on new stuff, because that allows them to try to forget the pain and the fears that they have here. Yeah, you asked her for help, but she's the one, which she loves helping others because that means I'm needed, I'm needed, I'm worthy, I'm worthy, I'm worth something. But when she needs help, she won't ask anyone because that means she's unworthy, she's worthless. It's what she's taught. It's the codependency, type of stuff. Um, so was it you or Gavin? That's her love interest. Well, it's funny. We got Paige and Paige. So you were more of her mental balancing of heart and mind, and they are more the Page of Wands, which is the passion. And there. So, it's like it's more, this balancing effect that you had for her, but the passion and everything was Gavin there. So um yeah, and that's good. You can wanna help a codependent person all you want, but if they freak out, they can't receive help because they don't feel worthy inside to receive help, and so their inner child will refuse help from anyone because they don't feel worthy yet. They have this transformation that has to happen in order for them to feel that. So, yeah. So that's what's going on. This ignoring is this, um, yeah, yeah. I mean, I just feel like, yeah, wise choice, right? You're like, I don't want to be this third party. I don't want to be in this third party. Yeah. Because I feel here, here's the King of Wands. This is you stepping into your power, you moving forward. I feel like, you deserve to be able to express your passion. You deserve to be with someone that will express it back. And this King of Wands is, stepping into your power. And I feel like it is, moving a new direction. Yeah, you've got even got the Eight of Wands here, which is movement of energy, movement of passion. Wow, yeah, and you've got yeah. Oh my gosh, all this movement. And on the bottom here, you've got Six of Swords, which is movement. You've got the Chariot, which is movement. You've got the Knight of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles, which really is about this, stepping into the search of your worth in relationship to the outside world. And this is great because with all this movement, all this is movement and energy. It's basically your spirit guide saying it's time to move on. It's time to move forward into something that is more aligned for you. And it's like you deserve someone like you, you know. I love that statement. It's like I deserve someone like me, and they can't. And so I'm going to go, you know what? I'm okay with letting that go, and I'm choosing me. I'm going to give to me, right? Um, yeah, and trust that. People block me. It's thank you for showing me. Thank you for closing the doors where my energy is going into black holes. Thank you for shutting off all of that, because then it's like they're showing me a river with all these conduits that are like watering fields. But if those fields don't have anything growing in them and they shut them off, you're like, thank you, because all that water that was being wasted into nothing being growing in them is going to move forward into the fields that will grow something for you. So I like that. Absolutely. I just realized that everything always happens for us, and people and situations aren't removed out of our life by accident. It's on purpose for us. And we're like, thank you. I appreciate that. It does. I understand our human is like, oh, but I wanted that. I wanted that empty field. I wanted to water and have mud. It's like, okay, very good. Yeah, great. So you're a painter. Yeah, absolutely. Express that creativity. And I love that for you. So that's what they have for you, Nunya. Thank you again for your donation. I greatly appreciate it. And I'm excited for your next adventure. Ride the waves. All right. All right. So then, SB, you were up next for your second donation. Thank you so much for that. And so you have to change schools for your son. Oh, okay. After school program. Okay. You're going to try school play and learn for now. Will you be happy with this choice? Okay. Oh, okay. Very good. Let's take a look here. All right. So will you be happy with this choice of the play and learn? All right. All right. Yeah, I feel for now you will be. But I do see here like you said, for now, and I see the for now definitely being reflected here because you have the Hierophant, which is seeing things from a different perspective, seeing the truth of things, what you're really wanting. And you also have the full card coming in here with the Six of Swords. And the full card is first card in a new adventure. That's the first card in the major arcana with following the world card, which is the ending of old cycles and beginning of new things. And the Six of Swords is leaving behind old ways, moving into new ways. So I feel like that you will, it's a good um, kind of a what is it? an airport where you're having connecting flights. It's a good layover, but it's not the destination, right? So I feel like you will find it, and you're gonna be searching, and I feel like you're gonna have this aha, and you're gonna find this new place of adventure and where you're able to move them to something else. So it's temporary, because again, you have the Queen of Swords coming in, which is seeing things from a higher perspective, a lot like the Hierophant, and she balances the heart and the mind. And so when things balance out, then I see the Ace of Wands is new passion, new action that happens. So I feel like it's a good place. It's a good temporary resolution to a situation, and then eventually I feel like things balance out in your outside world where you're like, okay, and then you're able to move them. And I feel like it's for a period of time. It's almost like um it feels like, I don't know if it's like 6 months, but it feels like it gets you through a school year, and then like summer happens, and then I feel like during next summer things pan out and things balance out, things change, where you find a different, a more solution that makes you even happier. So I feel like it is, a temporary, like I said, a temporary solution. But I feel like it's to next summer, because I think it feels like that kind of feeling. It's like the completion of a school year, or of a period of time where it's like, okay, well, you know, now you're moving into this grade or moving into this, and this offers something different at this place, and perfect. It's that kind of solution. So I like it. It feels positive. Feel like that new adventure is a new adventure for them too, and they like it. But I feel like after that period of time, it's ready for the new, more permanent change of where they end up for years. So that's what's coming in. Absolutely, I like it. I like this for 'em. Yeah, beautiful. I don't have anything else to add to that. Yeah, because of course, I say I don't have anything else to add, and they're like, soon as that comes out of my mouth, they're like, "Look at the bottom of the deck," and I'm like, "Okay, reverse that," because you have the Page of Wands, which is, they're telling me here, because you have the Ace of Wands, which is a new beginning, and that Page of Wand is like the an upgrade. So I feel like that is what happens at the end of it all, is you feel like you're upgrading to um, this new option. So all right. So that is what they have for you. So many blessings, SB. Thank you again for your double donations. I appreciate that. All righty. And then I believe, let me just take a look here. I believe Dune, you are up next. So thank you for your donation. Let me just make sure here. Okay. Yep. So I don't see anything there. All right. So what positive things does Spirit want you to know for the rest of the year? All right. I'm just take a quick sip here. Let's see what we got going on. So for Dune, what would you like them to know? All right. I wanted that one too. And that one. Okay, I do want that one. Anything else? All right. Well, we've got 5 cards, and the middle card showed itself, which we've got the 7 of Wands here. And I like the 7 of Wands showing in here because, here there's people down here, and the 7 of Wands shows that you're in this heightened place in your life where there might be some people that are a little bit unhappy that you get to be in this higher place. But you're stepping into your power, you're standing your ground here, and you don't have to defend yourself, because a lot of people are like come back down here and be miserable with the rest of us because misery loves company. And I like that, there's this response to that that says, well, so does joy, and joy throws better parties. And so we're going to choose joy. And I like this. I feel like it's not this, going down, 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 down type of, allowing people to pull you down, and you don't feel the need to defend. You're expressing your power and your energy, and I like this. It's one of the positive sevens, because usually a seven is an obstacle, but I feel like whatever this energy that's happening, it's like creating this conduit, and it's is what is sending this power out. So we'll see here what this is here. And let's see what we got here. Okay. All right. I think you're gonna like that and that too. All right. Well, good. So the two things I want to tell you about that help that I feel is what's um adding to the power and how you're using the power. You have the King of Cups balancing your heart and your mind, and the Nine of Pentacles coming in here, which is independence, this feeling of wholeness and completeness from the inside. The nine is the hermit's journey. And usually that shows someone with like a bird, which is spirit, and a garden by themselves, which shows independence, feeling your wholeness and completeness from within. So, I mean, I really feel like that sounds like a positive thing, right? A blessing, that it just feels like my mind is balancing beautifully with my heart. King of Cups rolls over emotion. All kings are given a second portion of air, which is the mind. So there's this beautiful balancing of this and stepping into this power of your emotion, where it's not the king. Well, that's not a good example because the King of Swords rolls over air, but it would be the difference of like the Queen of Swords, who balances her mind with emotion. This is your emotion ruling over the mind. I like this energy because it feels like you're stepping more and more by the end of the year into your passion of your heart, which I feel like it's been, and like all of us, our mind of the supposed tos and shoulds and need tos, it overwhelms us when we're younger, and that part of the scale is packed high with expectations and supposed tos, and here's your dream, no, here's your dream, no, here's your dream, and all these dreams of everyone telling us who we should be and are supposed to be and need to be. Whew, it's a lot. But when we start to connect with our heart that has this higher, stuff, we, cut away these thoughts and these beliefs and these mindsets that come in here. And it allows this balancing, beautiful experience to come forward where you're feeling this wholeness from the inside out and not the outside in, which I like there. But that also brings you into new opportunities opening in the outside world. So I like that it starts from this change from the inside out instead of the outside in. But this Ace of Swords is as you're connecting to the capital T truths of the higher realm of your heart. This is these great opportunities are opening up in the outside world, more income, more abundance. But the Page of Pentacles is very much this continued search and expansion of our worth in relationship to the outside world. It's a huge transformation because, you know, um, people, when millions was a lot of money, now it's like billions and trillions. But back in the day, when being a millionaire was like, woo, 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 um, uh, millionaires were killing themselves. They were, because they thought that all this money was supposed to make them feel full, and even though money, what was it? "Money makes the world go around," whatever song that is. It's like, not true. It's what we're taught. Money makes the world go around. It's like things can cost money, but money can't bring us happiness. And, when you look at sometimes visiting third world countries where people are happy with very little. And we're like, how can you be happy without a cell phone, without internet, without air conditioning, without this, without this, without this? And they're like, how can you be happy with it? you know, and it's like all this pressure of having is in so much of our worldly society that when we turn inward and we find out I've got everything I need right here inside my own heart, everything else is extra, it transforms how we approach and look at everything. And I feel like this is a big part of the blessing that comes in because there's this freedom that cuts away. I mean, this Ace of Swords is a gift, is a blessing because it allows us to cut away thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, all this bull honky mofo that's in our head that we've been taught. And we're like, I don't need the newest iPhone. I don't need the newest PlayStation. I don't need. Well, we may want it, but when we take away the need and say, I have all I need inside of me, then everything else is above and beyond extra. And the world changes from a place of lack to a place of overflowing and gratitude. And I feel like that is what Spirit is like saying. This is the biggest blessing for you is that you have this change of your belief around about life, and it transforms things for you. And it's just like it's like you can take a deep breath and sit for a moment, and you're like, wow. And in your whole perspective of the world changes because we don't see the world as it is. We see the world as we are. And when we change, our world transforms in front of us. So I feel like that's what's coming in there for you, Dune. I know, right? Who would have thunk? But that's what's coming in. So many blessings to you. Thank you again for your donation and enjoy that adventure. So that's what I feel like is the big thing for the rest of the year for you. It's like that just overshadows everything else. All right. So many blessings to you and Sukanya Shrey Kumar. Hey there, it's you. You're up. So I just saw your question there, and you happen to be right in perfect timing here. So that is for you. Let me see here. You want to know what can you expect from this new person, Vishnu, you came across in your life? All right. Let's take a look here and see what is coming your way. And then SB, thank you for your extra donations. So, and you'll be up next. So, yeah, if you want to pop your questions out there, SB, because you'll be up next. Been quite some time. You mean waiting? Yeah, I definitely understand that. um, yeah, I haven't started free readings yet. Spiritual journey. I've been having donations, and thank you for your patience, all of you. As I get through, I do honor donations. That's how I make my living. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to be doing this. I'd be exhausted working a regular job. Um, so this is how I eat and survive. So, and if I don't get through to the free readings, a lot of them, by the time I end this one, um, oh, okay. Thank you, Sukanya. Thank you. Okay, I feel better. I don't feel as guilty now. Yeah, it's been some time, so good to see you. And I'll be headed out here in about 30 minutes to my praying mantis session, and then after that, I will eat, and then I'll end up coming back um, and complete probably the free readings. So, all right, you can tell I'm eating because of my puffy cheeks. Is that what you're saying? All right. So, Sukanya, I'm focusing now. Sorry. So let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know here about the Vishnu here? What is purpose or outcome. All right. Let's see what we got. Oops, I keep on hitting my microphone. Maybe I should move it up just a little bit and over here so I don't keep hitting it because one of these times it's going to stop working, right? All right. All right. So with this Vishnu here, we've got the 10, the Wheel of Fortune, and the 7 of Wands here. Now, with these other cards here, I feel like there's this progression that's happening here because we start off with this 7 in the Wheel of Fortune saying that this is fated, of course, this interaction, and you're learning from it. And one of the things is it's teaching you to kind of stand up and not stand on your own, but stand up for what you're wanting. It's like I'm standing my ground. That's the word I was trying to think of. You stand your ground on what you want and what you don't want. And I like this because I feel like in the past, because you're such a giving, huge-hearted person, people end up thinking, "Oh, you're my mat then, let me walk all over you," and you're just like, I don't think so." And I feel like this is a wonderful like, you're starting this off, and it's a great opportunity for you to stand up and be true to you, and I like that because it starts off with those 2 cards. Excuse me, and then that's the 7, and then you have the major arcana 8, which this is you connecting with your higher self. The polar bear is you, your human self, and this is your higher self. And here's the strength again, this standing my ground, being comfortable with who I am, and so much less fear than you had before. And I see here because that was 7, 8. Then you have the major arcana 9, which you're not afraid to be alone, is one of these things that is coming in here is like, I'm okay being by myself. I don't need anyone. The devil card here shows that you've really faced a lot of your fears and the cage that you had yourself in before, and you've freed yourself a lot. And I feel like this is the first serious type of maybe relationship that um you've had to where you feel really confident about, you know what? I'm going to be me and I'm not going to be afraid of losing someone because I'm okay. You know, I'm defining myself by my inside. And so this is, I feel like this is like you learn something in class, but now you're in the laboratory and you're putting it, you know, into practice and you're like seeing it going, wow. And I love that because this person is faded here. And definitely, I feel like you have a connection with them from a past life because you've got the 6 of Cups and this Page of Cups. 6 of Cups is what's telling me about that there's this past life connection that you just feel like this is not like my other interests. This is not like my other, um, love interest or relationships of any kind. It's like you feel like you've known them before, um, even though you might not have not known them before in this lifetime. It's like you feel like there's this deeper connection that's just not normal in a positive way. And I feel like that brings you this higher love, the Page of Cups. The Ace of Cups would be like self-love and newer love, which I feel you've been really having. But the page is like you've reached the 10 of cups and then you go on to the 11 of cups. That's the next level. And that's what I feel like this relationship that you have here, it ends up taking you to a whole new level than you've been before. And it's because of all this work that you've done on releasing yourself from, all those past supposed to, shoulds, need tos, have tos, musts around relationship and your self-love and your worth. And it's just progressing. It's 7, 8, 9. It just is like, yeah, this is so perfect. It just feels so aligned, and it just feels like It's just taking you to this new place. So, very positive, of course, here, Sukanya. I really do like that here for you. And I feel like the biggest thing is being true to you. And, if you have any of these feelings that are bubbling up still, cool. Yeah, so I do feel like there's this connection, that's drawing you together here, so I feel like it will show you this. It's gonna, definitely have this, you know, progression that happens here, and just, I like what it's showing you about yourself especially, so I like it. Hey, Rishi, no, I haven't started, free readings yet. So I may not get to a ton of them before I head off here in about 22 minutes. So as I did yesterday, I'll probably end up returning back for a session after my praying mantis session with my praying mantis members. I guess I should clarify that. People are like, "What are you doing with praying mantises?" I just eat them. No, I have praying mantis memberships, and so I have a special after this with them. And then since I haven't eaten today, I will go eat. And then I will return for the free reading, for majority of the free readings. Since I'm not back until Friday morning, I definitely like to come back and give you guys your messages so that you can enjoy your week, right? Woohoo! So you are very welcome, Sukanya, and thank you again so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right. So I think that was those. And then SB, you are up now for your additional 2 questions that you donated for on your Cash App. And so pop your questions down below and we will. I don't think you've done them. Let me just make sure. Okay. Well, I'm so glad you enjoy it's really their advice. I can't claim their messages. The only thing I claim is that I've learned to shut up and listen in my life, and I learned the hard way. So I'm glad that their messages resonate. I learn a lot from what they say and answer. So I've learned a lot from my own life, and so much of the messages that come through are uh, so fitting for me. I'm like, I'm going to remember that. All right. So SB, I don't see your questions yet. So I'm gonna, just for the sake of time, I'm gonna jump to Sudeshni. And then as soon as you pop your questions, I'll jump to yours. So Sudeshni, thank you for your donation. You want to know, how does N feel about your relationship being over? All right. Let's take a look here and see what's going on. Oh, they don't want any of those. Let me reshuffle here. All right. So 113. Let's see what we got here. Okay. 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 So tempering here, I feel like they're balancing out their temperament, of course, which the temperance is. It's like this alchemy where they've got two cups and they're going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Takes time for them to turn this base metal into gold. And so I feel like it's ruminating, this relationship being over. They're really thinking about things, which, they also have the hermit card. So I feel like they're definitely pulled back, thinking about things, looking at things. Um, both of those cards together really tell me that they are looking and going back and forth between these. You know, um, we've got this uh, Queen of Wands, we've got the Lovers card, and we've got the Seven of Wands. And the Seven of Wands here shows that they're really trying to stand their ground. They're really trying to stay positive about things. And I feel like there's some people that are, you know, they feel like they have this um, almost they're feeling this urge to defend themselves from people attacking them, but they're standing their ground and they're really just, kind of choosing not to respond to people and just spending this time trying to get through it themselves here. This lover's card here, does is the power of emotional choice. And that's why I feel this is like the two cups that, the temperance card normally has, where it's going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And they're like, in some moments, they're making emotional choices of, I'm doing good, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And then, they'll have like this, oh, because they do. I mean, obviously, with a lover's card, they had love for you, and they always will. There'll always be a place in your heart for them and your heart. Wait, your heart for them and their heart for you. It's just not, um, you both are like in. It's funny in and they're showing me in our heart. We've got all these little rooms for the loves of our life, but in the middle of our heart, we have this table set for two for this romantic dinner. And um when we have a love in our life, they're there. And when they're gone, sometimes they still sit there for a while. We don't make room for someone else. And there's kind of like a ghost there, a reserved sign that doesn't allow other people to come and sit down. And that's what I feel is in their heart and in yours. But they get to go to this room that's locked, that there always will be this place in our heart for them. Doesn't mean they're going to be sitting at the table. And that's what I feel is coming in here. They're doing all this. This Queen of Wands tells me their personality. They try to make things appear like everything's fine. They try to have this smile, and they try to, and then when they go alone is when they do really their alone work and connect to their inner self and, have their hermit mode. So they're doing the basics that they can around people, but I feel like a lot of it is, you know, spending a lot of time perusing and thinking about life and what they really want and what they want to have come forward. I don't know if, even if there's another person that's in their life, it's I don't feel like it's um they're not sitting at the table. It's almost like they're for show, you know. It's like I don't know why they're showing me this, but like in a goldfish bowl, a goldfish dies out of like there's 5 goldfish in there. If you just put another one in there, people won't notice that there's a goldfish missing. I don't know what that's about. But I feel like this is their way of working through things. So, um, but but I don't feel like they're not like someone that goes backward though. I feel they're showing me like a grass fire that, a grass fire consumes and moves forward. You don't see a grass fire move back because there's nothing to consume anymore. And they just continue to go forward, go forward, go forward, go forward. So they don't go backward. And so I feel like that's when they show me that, they're like there's no coming back for them because they can't. And so you can let them go. And it's a blessing because it's like if you've ever had anyone take like a match, like the little wooden matchsticks, and they go, "You want to see a match burn twice?" They're like, "Yeah," and they're all one, and they burn you with the other one. And you're like, "Ow!" You don't want to be burned twice. And I feel like it's okay, to understand. Okay, I've learned what I've needed to learn, and they're moving forward, and now I get to move forward too. So yeah, and that makes sense. They've got a lot going on the inside. So um, th- I like getting to the root. When we say toxic, what we really mean is there's a person that has a lot of fear, because everything comes down to either unconditional love or fear, and we can get clarity of mind when instead of saying someone's toxic or mean, rude, hateful, we can really see the truth when we call it what it is, right? When it's like that person has a lot of fear and okay, that's why they act the way they do. Because when we're in fight or flight mode, we do we either attack or flee or attack then flee, because when we go into fight or flight mode, you know, we knock out this the intelligent, compassionate, loving side of us, and a little 2-year-old and its pet cat are in charge, who hisses and attacks, or hisses, hisses, attacks, and then runs away. And that's where drama comes from, is fighting or fleeing, and we go into panic mode. And when people panic, that is drama, right? So and what we get to learn is, when we see toxicity in people or go, okay, this mirror for me, what of my own thoughts about myself and my life and even them are toxic for me? What kind of drama am I creating within myself? And this is where we learn and grow. Otherwise, we'll get another mirror reflecting that same stuff. Trust me, I know 5 relationships that showed me beautiful things about myself till I saw it. And then I didn't need that mirror anymore. So that's what they've got for you, Sadeshini. So many blessings to you. And thank you again for your donation. All right, SB. So I've got about 6 to 11 minutes left. I know. How selfish of me, right? Well, it was like a 1 year, a 3 year, a 1 year, then 3 years single, then a 1 year, it's gonna go that way. You're very welcome. All right, so SB, I think you'll be my last, reading for this session, most likely. Everyone else, I don't think I got to a single free reading, and I thank you guys so much for all the donations. It is what keeps me, fed and alive and here. So thank you guys for that, and thank you all for your patience. I will return after my, praying mantis session and my, um, eating session so that I don't pass out, and then I'll come back and complete out free readings. So I'll post a little link on the comments of this video, but if you are subscribed, if you have the all selected under your notification settings, you'll get notified when that video comes out. It'll be a picture of me here doing something like, maybe I'll do this so you'll know which one it is, like a moose. All right. I know I'm getting silly. All right. So, SB, let's get to you here. And thank you for your double donations and triple donations and quadruple donations. I greatly appreciate that. So, number one, how does Guillermo truly feel about you? Haven't spoken in a long time, but he's on your mind. Okay. And then number two, will he be open to rekindling your connection? All right, so let's take a look here. Let's take a look and see what's going on inside of their mind currently, and their hearts. How do they feel about you? Okay, let's just dive in there and think they want these two here. Okay, so those are the mind and that's the heart. Oh, interesting. And this is just overall. All right. And then we'll pull cards for number two and we'll get to those next. So, are they open to rekindling a connection? All right. Let's move these out of the way here. All right. So, let's see what they got going on here. Oh, okay. And then here are their thoughts. Okay. And their emotions. All right. And now I want to peek over here. Interesting. Okay. So their overall emotions, they definitely do have, with the moon card here, deep, deep emotions. This is like the one of the emotions card, of course, because spirit, um I mean, the moon energy, we're made of water, and it does influence a lot of our emotions. And so there are these deep, deep, deep emotions that are down below, right? So they've got these, and they've got these memories, and they've got all this that's below the surface here. So it's there, they do have these emotions and this memories and all this and going on below the surface, right? We do have the world card, which is the ending of old cycles and the beginning of new things. And I feel like they've really, they've moved on with their life, of course. But they're like on this new adventure that feels very free. So I feel like they are single. I feel like um they're just in this discovery part of their life where they're just like not wanting a lot of expectations and stuff. When I asked about, I'm like, well, what do they think about you? Well, they got the chariot, which the chariot card is, the power of choice card, and the queen of swords is this. So the queen has rules over the mind, but also balanced by water, which is emotion. So balanced heart and mind. And the chariot card is this like this mental choice. I almost feel, are they like a Gemini? I don't know why. It just feels like they're, or Libra. I just feel like they balance heart and mind, heart and mind, heart and mind. It's just very, you know, they keep their emotions way deep, but they bring up enough to balance out that. And because what's funny is when I asked about the emotions, we get the exact opposite. The Queen of Swords, she co-rules over air and thought, but gets a second portion of water, so balances mind with heart. The King of Cups co-rules over emotion with the cups, but all kings are given a second portion of air, so balances emotion and air. So this is why there's this balancing of emotion, emotion, emotion. And we've got the judgment card, which I feel like it just feels like there's in this spiritual type of awareness type of thing, because the judgment card is their higher self calling their human to another place. And um and we've got this, super balancing of things and this new journey energy that's going on. So I feel like, I mean, it's not, I feel like they do a lot of it seems like a Gemini, Cancer. Well, that makes sense with the moon, Cancer moon rolls over Cancer. But I feel like they do. Maybe their moon sign is like a Gemini. Do you know what their moon is? Because it just feels very balanced. It just feels, or maybe they have an air moon of some sort, but it just feels very balanced. And I feel like they think about you and they feel about you, but I feel like they're more focused on their journey right now. But then your second question comes up, which is interesting because the moon card with that subconscious, that's so much of where our Akashic records and our past life information is. And we do have the 6 of Cups, which shows me that there is past life connection. Will they be willing to rekindle a connection? Over time, temperance is, a slow unfolding. I feel like it wouldn't be like jumping into um, a relationship type of thing, but I feel like they're open to communication. I don't feel like they've got a lot of um, need or desire to jump into anything, right? Oh, well, good. Yeah. So definitely, I feel like it's worth it here because they've got the Two of Wands, and this Two of Wands is whatever power, you get to choose what energy that you have going forward, right? You have you get to choose um, whatever you focus on is what grows and expands. If you focus on, fearing and missing and thinking, it basically feeds that for your part of your life. And yeah. And you definitely it's still here that it could happen, but you also have this energy of focusing on what you're grateful for in them. So it would be about going into, especially with this world card and not wanting to be caged and wanting this thing. It would be about being an adventure partner on an adventure, not going, well, I want a relationship and I want all this stuff, because it feels restrictive and caging for them in their life. And um and so I wouldn't uh go that route. If you do reach out to them and you wanna connect with them, just, "What's going on in your life? I just wanna hang out." "No, I want a relationship. I want the supposed tos, those shoulds, those need tos." That will just make the heart run away. And so it's about allowing this journey, because you have the Knight of Wands, which is, "Let's run right into battle together," this energy, this fast movement, that it would happen. So, it can definitely move forward, but the tempering is like it would be a slow process of adventure, not, getting into like a relationship, because they do have the Hermit card reminding us that they're on this inner journey and inner search, not looking for a lot of outside stuff. But like I said, you've got the Six of Cups coming in here, which is this energy of past life connections and this past life draw. So, that you've never forgotten about him, and you've had this connection where you've been like, you know what? There's something different about this tie that I have with them. And it definitely is this, it goes beyond this lifetime. So I definitely feel like it's important for you to reach out to them and do it, but do it without expectation, without, just have a talk with your heart, saying, "We're going to Disneyland, but we're not going to live there, at least for now." you know, let's enjoy it, but we have to, understand. It's almost like the balancing of the heart coming in, right? So that's what's coming in there. So I like it for you. I definitely feel it's important, to understand where they're at. So you understand of like, okay, I'm not going to come busting into their life and try to take it over. I want to say, it's like they're on this path riding like that Knight of Wands, riding into this adventure, and you ride in on your, you know, knight, your fiery horse along with them, going, "Yeah, let's go," and have this adventures, not try to knock them off their horse and put them in a cage and take him to prison. It's like, no, who wants that? And then I feel like that's a wonderful journey. So I like it. So that's what they have for you, SB. I'm excited. Do it, do it. All right. Hey, Mega. I'm actually headed off to my praying mantis session, and if anyone wants to join me over there for 7.99 a month, you have access to all of the private praying mantis member sessions after the free readings, plus the Thursday night Q&A from 6 to 8 p.m. Mountain Time, plus you get also another opportunity to win with monthly drawings, and you also get advanced access to all of my Moon Day Mondays, my Take 10 with Zen Tuesdays, my What's Up Wednesday picker cards as well. So if you want to join us over there. So I'm not going to be able to complete yours right now, Mega, but I will be coming back after I eat after that session, and you'll be first since you made a donation. So thank you for your donation, and I will prioritize that. Um, so before I do all of that, before I head off here, let me just make sure I take some screenshots here to make sure that I have everyone captured. So when I come back, I won't miss anyone. So let me just do that. Um, and I had, if you take a look in the description box of the video, I do have links to all my playlists for my Moonday Mondays. And sorry, I don't do two things at once very well these days. Let me see, I did to right there. Um, And so if you want to catch up on any of the pick a cards, I have a ton of them. So if you want any reading while you're waiting for your free reading to come out, you definitely can do that. They're all free. I have relationship, career, abundance, all sorts of free pick a card readings. And then also there's a giveaway playlist, which lists the sorry, I should just move this so I can see it. Um, all my giveaways, and so you can see how you can get into the giveaway for September, which is only a week away. Can you believe it? Um, and so you can see get a chance at winning a either a 45-minute personal recorded reading, a hedge of peace and love, or a um, wish upon a star. Wish upon a star, wish upon a star. Boom. Okay. Astro reading. I finished. So I will be back. I didn't get to any of the free readings, but I will post a link, pinned comment on this video to the new video. Plus, if you are a subscriber, you have to be to have uh, commented in the chat. I know how to speak. Um, just make sure your all notification is set. Your notification settings are to all, and then you'll get notified when I go live there. That will be a non-chat one. I just pop on and I just complete all of the free readings. And thank you guys for your patience in doing so. I greatly appreciate it. And all the thumbs up, it does help spread the Zen love. And so you're part of the Love Tsunami. And please know that every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things, our creator. And of course, I love you guys too. So till I see you guys again, enjoy the rest of your day or night, wherever you're out in the world. And I will see you soon. Until then, much love to you. Hang in there. You take care. And I am out. I'll see you soon.